So I want to hear about Ghana, and I want to hear about this colorful backpack and your trinkets. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's start with this piece. So what is this?
Okay, so I got this while I was in Morocco. This is, I guess you could say, like a house dress.
Okay.
So it's really long. I can walk around, my room or my dorm in it, go to sleep in it. It's really nice. It cost me probably about $10.
Okay.
And so that's not a lot. Mm-hmm. And sometimes in Morocco, they knew that there was a ship full of Americans. So sometimes they would like try to rip us off. But luckily, one of my friends who spoke fluent French, she would go in there and she would speak for me. And I know a little bit of Arabic. I need to retake some, but I know a little bit Arabic. And I think that really helped me get around and helped, with some people, beat the stereotype that Americans only speak English. So I got that in Morocco and I loved it. And I was like, ooh, and wear it. So I had got that, and what else? After Morocco, we went to Ghana. So Ghana was my absolute favorite port, number one on the list. Anybody asks, where do you want to go back in Ghana? And I tell people, like, before they finish the sentence, I already spit out Ghana. And my experience when I went to Ghana was, it was more than what I wanted, and that's a good thing, because I know that sometimes Africans, they can have a negative stereotype about African Americans or blacks in America, and so I didn't know how to feel, but I was really excited to go. I was like, I can't wait. So I get off the ship, and this Ghanaian man, his name is Eric, and he came up to me and he said, hello, my sister, his accent, and he gives me this Ghana bracelet.
Ooh. It says Ghana, and it has red, yellow, and green on it.
So
with a black background. So it's really cute.
So he gave me this bracelet, and he says, I'm gonna give this to you because you're the first black girl I saw come off the ship. And he says, welcome home. And I was like, thank you. And I'm trying to hold in my tears and not be, cry, but that was like the perfect, beyond perfect welcomings into West Africa. And from that, later on that day, I went to the slave castles. So I think, having the perfect welcoming and reasoning and see the reasoning why and everything happened and how my ancestors left, I think it was, for me, it really meant something. I was like, wow, I was meant to come here and to see this and experience this. And going to the point of no return was just like, I can't really even explain it. I can tell people what happened, but it was just so powerful for me. I ended up breaking down crying. And I think one thing is because I know my father's side, they're from the Caribbean. So it's easier to trace, I know they're from the Ashanti tribe in Ghana. So I was able to make that connection with some of the Ghanaian people. Mm-hmm. And so seeing literally this opening that's like this big, that I would have a hard time fitting through, and seeing that they would force people through it, even people, who are obviously bigger cannot fit through it. They would force you, a grown man, my father couldn't fit through there, and they would,
you couldn't go sideways. They just like
sideways. Even if so, have to think about maybe they still wouldn't fit in sideways. And they were talking about how people outside could hear the screams and the moans, the crying of people, and it just really hit me, and I just broke down in tears there. And I think that was probably like one of that is the highlight of the ship, and like one of the really big memories I will always hold with me. And when people talk about slavery, it's not something light, it's something extremely heavy and something you have to learn about. And I think learning about it, knowing about it, learning when I grow up, and then actually being able to go there and realize like, wow, these castles or these dungeons actually exist, and seeing them, it was sickening, but it was amazing at the same time. because just being able to say, you know, my ancestors made it.
Right.
And, you know, I'm here for a reason. And whether my reason was to, you know, go there and to tell people the story on how, you know, my experience there, you know, there's a reason why I was able to come back and see all this. So being able to go to Ghana is like definitely like my heart. I always tell people that. I was like, oh, I love Ghana. Like, that's my other home. I always tell people that.
So how that's amazing, and that's like powerful, and you've inspired me. I have to go to Ghana.
Go.
Like, I have to go to Ghana. Well, this is another episode of College Daze. Thank you all for watching, and I encourage you guys to all study abroad. I want to thank Justine publicly for sharing her experience right here on College Daze. But before we go, we want to talk about HBCU college.
HBCUs go global.
Go global. And a lot of HBCU students do go global, but I'm encouraging and making it mandatory that you all go global before graduating. So can you tell us about your blog?
My blog. So I started a website called HBCUs Go Global. So the idea is to shine a positive light on HBCUs and also, you know, push to be global, because I think as African Americans we owe it to ourselves, or just people of color, Hispanic, Asians, Indians, people of color, to, you know, we owe it to ourselves to be global. You know, we are naturally global. And I think it's, you know, we should just want to go out there and experience it. I'm not saying every black person has to go to Ghana, go to Africa, but, you know, go out and see the world, because once you go out and you see different countries, you know so much more. So that's why I started HBCUs Go Global, and it has my blog on there and my experience. It makes you laugh, makes you cry. I talk about the real stuff, you know, talk about my classes and things that I'm doing on the ship. And I think it's just a way to say, you know, go out there, have fun. There's ways to pay for it if you don't have it. Semester at sea was more than a pretty penny. And I got the HBCU scholarship through Semester at Sea. So I would definitely tell people, you know, there's other ways out there to get other people to pay for it. That's what I try to tell people. There's always somebody out there willing to pay for it. And I think that, you know, once you do your research, you can definitely just go out there and just, you know, let God take the wheel, and you'll just have a blast. You'll learn so much. So if you want to learn more about my adventures, about my other countries I went to, go to hbcusgoglobal.com. And if you want to join, just email me, and I'll make sure that there's a link to your blog, where you put the blog on my website, so we can encourage, you know, more people of color to go out there and to make a difference in the world.
Okay. And before we go, I know I said this before, but I have to say this again. Go global. Check out Justine's blog and make sure you get a passport soon, ASAP. And that's it. I am Alexis Small, and this is Justine Ryan. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Bye.